The person on your mind is here with you, and I'm seeing you bring forward a really powerful shift for this person. You're embodying like something so powerful that almost when they're faced with you, it evokes change inevitably for them. Your person might have a dog. If they do, it's not a small dog, it's a bigger dog. There's a healing aspect to you that you also evoke for them. It's not necessarily that they can quite look at the healing, but you reflect something, almost like a reflection of like, there's something larger at play here. There's something bigger here that I can't put my finger on. Almost an invitation for them to trust their intuition and their instincts a little bit more and maybe be more aligned with what their heart, so to speak, is suggesting for them. It's like they've started to see signs since they've met you, since they've been in connection with you. Signs that are meaningful to them, but also signs that remind them of you and the love that you have. There's something from their past that you bring up as well. So something could have happened in their past prior to your arrival. And you're inviting a new beginning for them. There's a suggestion here that there's a new dawn at their doorstep, that something is changing, that something is shifting, mutating. But they haven't quite dealt with this past element yet. So at this time, it's almost as if, or in the last little while, it's as if you're hearkening on an invitation to not redo the past, but also reflect on how their past hasn't let them go. There's something that has to do with you that also happened to them before, and they maybe didn't deal with it outright. There's a competitive streak around your connection to a certain extent. I'm also seeing that part of them knows better when it comes to you, and feels some sort of like conflict, inner conflict between moving in your direction and offering you something that is like a token of support, and also appreciation for all of the support that you've been for them in their life. And then there's this other part of them that has this sense of responsibility and due diligence around another facet of their life. And they're sort of at an intersection because it's showing this energy around like wanting to be in pursuit of you and how they want to redeem themselves in your honor. But at the same time, feeling sort of straddled by that sense of responsibility. There's passion between the two of you and just an outright, almost like symbiosis. Things are unblocking. Passion is here. There's desire. It's like literally a rose on fire. It's something so beautiful that just sparks so much pressure, but also excitement, desire. There's something forbidden here. And then there's this energy here of instantly feeling like they have to pay a price if they move in your direction. And the price feels like they're in their heads about it. Like they can't figure out. Some moments it feels like it's a price they'd like to pay. And other moments it feels like it's something that will just compromise them so entirely. Your power is larger than life in that regard, because it's giving them that invitation and that initiation to really sit with both of those options in a very tangible way. It's all pentacle energy. Ultimately, they're deferring the crisis at this time. This person doesn't want to confess too much in your direction. I would say they're quite tight-lipped and emotionally sort of sealed in that regard when it comes to you. You're showing as very tempting here. There's something about your enigma as well that has sort of initiated that beginning. It's showing very clearly here. But when it comes to how much they feel for you, they are keeping it so close to their heart. They haven't admitted it to anyone. It's quite possible to anyone. There does seem to be both a commitment to that new beginning and to what you've initiated. Their soul has contracted to it. And also, at some level, another commitment that isn't allowing them to be vulnerable with their feelings. They're like holding them back from even showing us here right now. They do think about manifesting you, and they do hope that you are still thinking about manifesting them as well, I would say. There's a risk here that needs to come to be, and it seems like they're holding on tight. They don't want to reveal how much they'd like to take that risk. Nine of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands, the High Priestess, the King of Cups, the Moon, and the Magician. Something would have to change at work. It's something that they're not necessarily ready for at this time, for that change to come to be fully, but they are thinking about it. They do think about it. There's a relationship here with desire that they have, and there's also a relationship here with the practical realities of life. And to nourish both those things, unfortunately, one of them has to go, at least for a little while. There's something here around a huge lifestyle change that would need to happen in order for you to be a serious option for them, in order for them to be able to look at themselves when it comes to you. They'd have to open themselves up to their feelings. They'd have to honor their dreams and honor their instincts and honor what you are evoking within them. They'd have to drop the mask. It's like they're fighting the mask here. But you're interestingly showing as very powerful in relation to that mask. You're showing as offering them an opportunity to dance with it versus fear it. To take action on what requires true courage and bravery, because it stems from a place of heartfelt desire versus practical desire or practical ambitions. You're showing as very desirable, but confident and sure of yourself in those ways. And you're showing as also wishing they could do more for themselves. You might be trying to send messages their way in the hopes that they're going to receive them, but the messages are very subtle. I would almost say coded between the two of you. It's almost like you're so abundant in your person that your experience of life doesn't rely on the practical, it relies on the truth. The truth is your abundance. You're teaching them a lot about that. Like you're tenaciously dedicated to their success. You're all over this person's energy. You're everywhere right now for this person. I'm seeing them burdened by the distance between the two of you, burdened by the secrets. I'm seeing them cognizant of the stress that they have put in your direction. At least they're interpreting it that way. The communication between the two of you is very present, in silence, in distance. You're seemingly coming into your power around the dynamic. You seem to recognize that the secret can only go on so far and that what is happening needs to be addressed. But you're holding such a steady and beautiful, powerful stride in relation to that secret that it hasn't cracked you. It hasn't cracked you. You're showing both as the High Priestess, the Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. So there is abundance, but also a little bit of just a touch, enough of a zing around having paid a price a little bit too long and needing them to come forward with something around the fire that they've sort of put you in. Some of you might be feeling a certain amount of pressure right now where, you could be paying a price for the circumstances. You could feel like you're paying the price, almost like you're being burned at a stake here. But you're not the one that's guilty. You're not the one that's done anything wrong here. But you feel like you're a burden in relation to, it's almost like a larger collective. There's other people involved, and you're here unfairly being held accountable. There's a new beginning for you, though, and it is not far away. Like it's just behind you, and it is catching up. And you will experience something that is optimistic and peaceful. And at that time, I'm seeing you actually very, very consciously hold space for a conversation with your person. But I'm also seeing you hold them very, very, very clearly accountable for what has happened. You're not letting them off the hook in any way. You're not doing it with misery or sort of like just in a disgruntled place. You're just doing it from a place of like, I know what's fair. I know what you owe me, and fair is fair. They've got the Chariot, the Four of Wands reversed, the Three of Wands, and the Two of Swords. Both everything from communication, making decisions, taking action, almost like they're just trying to hold it together, but there's so much that is spiraling and messy in their life at this time. It's like the signs are signing and they can't ignore them anymore. There's something here around I can't live without you. Could be that they're keeping tabs or getting their fix around you online. They might be drinking at this time, or just like indulging in a glass or two or a beer just to kind of cool it off, because there's so much awareness around their complicity and guilt for their desire, how they've handled things. They're not proud of themselves at this time. They've let themselves down and they've let you down, and they're very aware of it. And you are too. But I would say you're holding the space of, you've got the upper hand. It doesn't always feel like that though. You do feel like at this time, you're being punished for something. I'm seeing them resist trying to pick up their phone when it comes to you. They miss you dearly. They miss everything about you. They're not in a place where they can choose you at this time, but they're not in a place where they can not choose you, where they can not be in suffering without you. They miss you so much. They've self-sabotaged the situation, but they feel like they feel left out. They feel rejected. They're experiencing abandonment. They're experiencing heartbreak. They don't know at this time how to come back from it. There's a lot of women around this person. A tremendous amount of women. You're different though. Seems like you're their one true love. And it seems like you know it. You're coming across so powerful regardless. This person is besides themselves right now. They can't get it together. They know what they've lost. It's very clear to them at this time what they've lost, but their pride is still catching up to that humbling moment where they're going to come forward. The pressure is excruciating at this time. Energetically, this person is in your aura and you are in theirs. And they are reaching for you. However, in the physical, they don't know how to make it right at this time. It's not a straightforward path, but they're going behind someone's back here, another female. And it seems like communication's coming forward for you. It's very strong. It's very desirable. I'm seeing them like dreaming about you, fantasizing about you, like we're just reveling in your energy. Communication against better judgment from their point of view, from everything they hold to be responsible and sound, is incoming. It will create some sort of chaos, but they will be proud of themselves for what they've did, at least momentarily, until they step into that Seven of Wands energy. And it's like, I'm sorry, I can't give you more. Almost like there's an energy here of like, can you help me get out of this? Honestly, you're like, not really. Figure it out and come back and talk to me when you're ready and sound. You're not taking any BS. You know what you want, and you're waiting patiently for it, and you're gonna get it. Because you're not doing it on terms of any vindication or anything that you don't deserve. You're so grounded. This is almost a cakewalk for you. Almost.